It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on the IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. This is the video where we discuss why Courtney Kemp made the world hate Ghost. And under my last video, I put the link in the description box for everyone that missed it. I pointed out how she continues to shade the Ghost character even in death. Why she continues to shade the character. And this is going to be a video to let you know why she turned the world against Ghost and why she made the world hate Ghost. Now, if you look at the Power, let's go back to the beginning. If you look at Power, okay, when the show first started to evolve, it started to evolve for one reason and one reason only. Because if you go back to the first couple of shows, okay, in Power, it was going on simultaneously the same time as Empire. At first, Empire's ratings were higher than Power's. All right? The show started to evolve for two reasons. One, the relationship between Ghost and Angela. And then two, when they actually inserted 50 Cent into the show, and then all the action real in the muscle. Kanan was the muscle in the action. So just seeing 50 Cent, who was the executive producer, seeing him on camera and initiating the action, that's what started transcending Power over Empire. But then the strength of Ghost and the character and the evolving of Ghost, the mystery of Ghost, the persona of Ghost is what kept that show escalating over the competition. Amari Hardwick plays Ghost. And the show has always had suspect writing. It's always had suspect writing and plot. But it was the strength of Amari Hardwick that kept us overlooking it and saying, we'll give him a pass. We'll give her a pass. And it doesn't matter if everybody's getting killed in broad daylight and there's never no police. We'll give him a pass because Amari Hardwick is such a sick actor and he's bringing this character to life almost to a fault, to where we see Amari somewhere else, we're still calling him Ghost. That's how much of effect Amari had. So as the ratings are going up, and they went up every season, if you look at it, one of the lowest rated seasons was when they locked Amari up. When Ghost was locked up. But his acting and the strength of that character carried people through that season when they broke Angela and Ghost up. To the point where after season 6, the ratings were still booming. When she ended Power. And the last 5 episodes of Power, all of a sudden Ghost, after being cool, calm, collected, mysterious, low-key, all of a sudden he just becomes this cocky, arrogant asshole out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Even Amari Hardwick admitted, as he was reading the script, he was like, huh? Go back to those radio interviews. And I'll let you know why all of a sudden things started to change. Number one, Courtney Kemp, who was very involved in social media, started listening to social media. When the people that were saying Ghost is the show. Power is only successful because of Ghost. Power has terrible writing, but I only watch it because of Ghost. That started to upset Courtney Kemp. Go back to the tweets. Go back to the radio interviews. Everyone shouldn't say, oh, I'm reaching. Well, not everyone, but a couple of people. You're reaching. Go. It's out there. Go back and look for yourself. The real people that most of the comments, and I thank everybody for having an open mind and actually researching and remembering, go back and look at some of these interviews. They can see it. They can see it. When Leila Loren got approached on that train by power fans, females, who said, you're breaking up a black family. You look like the type that would do that in real life. She started getting approached in public where she would take the train all the time by herself, no problem. But then when the characters of Ghost and Angela started emerging, she started getting approached by people and she had to stop taking public transportation and had to add security when she started receiving death threats. Courtney Kemp started receiving, out of her own mouth, those same backlash. How could you write in a Spanish woman, a non-black woman, breaking up this strong black family? And Courtney Kemp is a person who's already admitted she's written multiple and alternate episodes and endings. She's admitted it out of her own mouth. And once she started receiving that backlash, Courtney Kemp changed the character of Ghost to villainize him so people would start hating him, to justify her taking him out of this show. She figured he's such a big figure, he's such a popular character, that if I get people to start hating him, they won't mind seeing him being killed. And it worked for a lot of people. A lot of people were happy that Ghost got killed. And she wants to sell people on, this new infatuation she has with Michael Rainey. We'll get to that in another video. I mentioned it before. There's some things, that from what I hear was taking place on set with Michael Rainey and when it comes to her. Like I said, I make these videos. I don't just throw things out there. Okay? I'm in connection with people on the inside, behind the scenes, that used to work on the show or currently working on the show. I'm not going to say whether they are currently or whether they are in the past because I'm not going to give up my connect. But don't just throw things out there. I know these things because it's coming from people who would know. So she starts villainizing Ghosts. She takes advantage of the protect black women thing and the domestic abuse thing. And then she has Ghost out of nowhere put his hands on Tasha. Ghost has never put his hands on Tasha. Now, all of a sudden, Ghost puts his hands on Tasha to trigger women. Oh my God. He's assaulting his wife. How's he going to assault his wife? So Tariq, building up this anger enough to kill his own father, she wants to try to justify that or help justify that by villainizing Ghost. So the popularity would come down. You see, because Ghost Omari was so big and so popular, everyone was saying, the moment you kill Ghost, I'm going to stop watching. So the only way that she could justify that, because she said, oh, I ran out of story. Oh, the story ran its course. They were still the top-rated show at the end of season 6. So I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Even Amari said he wanted to go another season. Now, Amari's ending was awful. I'm glad she didn't do that. All of that, Romeo, that was the worst idea. So, bad job, Amari, on that. I'm glad they didn't end it that way. However, he wanted to go another season. And he felt as though there was still more story to tell, as everyone else did as well. Okay? But, all of this, remember the scene with Tate after he won? Well, I guess you're just not good at winning. What was his name? Gerard, whatever the heck Tate's name was. Oh, I guess you just a loser, N-word. Ghost wouldn't react like that. Not the Ghost that we came to love for 6 seasons. He wouldn't have reacted like that. Putting his hands on Tasha. Putting a gun to his son's head. All of a sudden, he develops this drinking problem that he has not had. And it was because she started facing a lot of backlash from women. She was getting approached by people. Go back to these interviews. Go to social media and her old tweets. She was getting attacked by people. And Courtney Kemp is a person who responds to social media. As much as she said she doesn't, she's always out there. Have you ever seen a creator of a show arguing on social media with the fans? I've never seen that in all my years. Dealing in media, in the entertainment business, I've never seen a creator of a show arguing with the fans saying, no, that's not true. Why would you even say that? Why would you just tell them, that's a good point, but you got to tune in to find out? Why wouldn't you say that? Why wouldn't you want people conjuring up all these different scenarios? But then when someone came up with a scenario that was probably true, and because the writing was so predictable, they picked it off, and Courtney Kemp probably was like, damn, they put out there what's going to happen. No, that's not true. We'll discuss that in another video too, what was supposed to be in power that Courtney Kemp changed. Oh, I'm so happy this woman isn't on the show anymore. However, let's go back. So, when these women started sending her these letters and she started getting this backlash, I believe, and I was told as well, and I believe it, that she changed the projection of the character Ghost, the last 5 episodes, to try to make him a person who people saw as arrogant, people saw as a loser, people saw as a bad husband and a bad father, when he was, in turn, the only parent who wanted to protect Tariq. And she somehow turned that into Ghost was the bad parent and Tasha loved Tariq. Where Ghost was saying he didn't want Tariq in this life. He wanted so much more for Tariq. Ghost, if you don't remember, people, was trying to get out of this life since episode, 8? Since season 1? He wanted out of the life. Tasha wanted to stay in the life. And then she taught her son how to sell drugs. And we made her the good parent. And everything Tariq's going through right now, Ghost was trying to avoid. He's trying to avoid his son. He's trying to avoid his son, who got his daughter killed because he threatened the daughter not to tell the truth. He got Raina killed. He's a privileged kid who Ghost just wanted to go to college and get a better life for himself. And because he was from Canaan, because he was curious about their life, oh, we lost him, so we might as well just teach him how to sell drugs. And then she made that be the good parent. And Ghost trying to protect Tariq from the streets as the bad parent. Then she starts villainizing him, makes him a husband abuser, a wife abuser, excuse me. Things that he was never in his character. So when people say, oh, sure he would have wrote that letter. Ghost would have wrote that letter. Yeah, the Ghost of the last 5 episodes, or whenever it was he started acting like a complete a-hole. She changed that projection of that character, and she made people hate Ghost because she listened to social media and was feeling the backlash. And how could you write in a non-black woman to destroy this black family? And I was told that, and I heard her generally saying that from her own mouth. But that's what was going on behind the scenes. Throw in the fact that her and Amari wasn't seeing eye to eye. They got into the alleged big altercation with the wife on set. You know, all that stuff I'm going to say is alleged, even though I heard it from people from behind the scenes. A lot of things go on behind the scenes that people do not know and will never know. Amari has made it perfectly clear on every interview that he did not want Ghost in. He wanted another season. Angela said when she read the script, she just started crying. She had no idea she was going to be taken out. They were the strongest actors on the show. They were the 2 actors that powered the show. And Courtney Kim's ego got to her when people were saying Amari was the show. They were saying, oh, Amari wanted, she ended because Amari wanted more money. No. Amari just wanted more say-so. If you would have kept giving him the same amount of money, but more say-so in the character, especially for season 7 that he wanted, he would have stayed on. But because she knew the show was on top, a lot of personal things. Courtney Kemp is a person that I've heard, and you can always see, and you can see now, makes decisions based, she lets her personal life and her personal feelings, she gets in her feelings, as they say. She makes some decisions for the show by being in her feelings. And there's been a lot of complaints about that on set. Just go back and ask some of the past actors and past people that's worked on the show. On social media. You can find them if you really want to. All that stuff was done on purpose. Ghost would have never done some of those things. And like I said, look at Tasha. Tasha's the worst parent. They tried to make Tasha out to be the good person, where she taught her son how to sell drugs. She had more bodies than Ghost. Everyone's talking about Ghost cheated on Tasha. Tasha had more bodies than Ghost. Tasha slept with more men than Ghost. So more people than Ghost did. Then she just went in Power Book 2 and tried to pretty much send her son to kill an innocent woman. The black DA or the black lawyer, whatever, that was helping her. She pretty much sent Tariq to kill her. And you're talking about Tasha's the good parent? She villainized Ghost on purpose to try to justify removing him from power. And if you think anything else, you have not been watching, you ain't been paying attention. She dislikes Amari because she feels as though people give Amari too much credit for the success of power. And she wanted to prove that she could do this without Amari. So she successfully, because of a lot of personal feelings as well, and personal things that happened on the set, she personally started to villainize that character to the point where she's still disrespecting it to this day. Please like, comment, subscribe. Leave all your comments below. Share this video with your friends. Peace.